you can turn off the lights. I do the impossible, impossible.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, our coverage kicks off with a good one here between the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. It's been a tradition since the early days of the NFL, and we're off on Thanksgiving Day in Detroit. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chris Ford from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To the air, Allen. He's got a man, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Bills 7, Lions nothing.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. They go play action now. Out to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
So, Charles, you talk about this offense, how well they played. I mean, the defense, too, really. But they're sitting at 10-0 now on the year. 4-0, 5-0, that's nice. But once you start hitting double digits with these wins and no losses, I think the seriousness of the situation, it just has to ramp up.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown! Jamison Williams with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Lions are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Bills take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional thing.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker, and he will bring it back. An interception return for the Lions. Touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch, gain of 21-yard line. The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Allen to try again after the pick six. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being... Second and right in a yard.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up second and 1.
Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Second and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On play action, Allen. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. And now they'll throw with Allen. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Allen going to throw. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And I think our statistician ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope they'll recover.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Allen going to go on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
10 seconds.
Here's Love. This will go to Henry out wide. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
A gain of 3 brings up second down.
Throwing on second and long. Love. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Bring out a couple of extra defensive backs to defend this third down play.
Yeah, they're going dime. Love now. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Our game here in Detroit, a Thanksgiving tradition dating back to 1934. And it is the first of 3 games today, per usual. We'll see the Giants and Cowboys from Dallas after us. And then later tonight, the nightcap, another game with NFC North intrigue. The Pats and Vikings from Minneapolis. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
Stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6.
4 yards loss on the play.
Second down and goal. Love. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
Hey, hold here.
Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick-6 and a Bills touchdown. But in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick-6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ballgame.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Love looking to throw it. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Love's throw taken in by Chark. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
You know, thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk, why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day, but you're exactly...
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. And the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing. Love. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for the Lions on first down.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. A check down here for Henry. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Blaster, 6. Black Ultra.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. Being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Gregory Rousseau. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we're at halftime here in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be Lions football to start the 2nd half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone and beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. The gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Henry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 41. Inside handoff, Henry. And some space here. Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Detroit.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
Fair catch made at the 21-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand-new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this second half.
And, Brandon, this drive...
He's got a man, complete! Touchdown, Bills! Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have broken the tie. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when...
Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a line foot. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and all the way into the end zone, and it's 2 points. Well, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection that led to the block.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain of 37. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw now, here's Love. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, Allen hit. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Here we go.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Love. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away. Tuck it away because you've got to take care of the ball.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Allen. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Caught that one from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Here's Allen to throw it. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
On 3rd down, Love. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if I kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A big play here for Buffalo. 51 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They run here with Singletary. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop it right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Singletary. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was a huge play on 3rd down, so now what? Do you go for it? Do you trust your offense? Or do you want to put on your defense to try and get the ball back? Me? I'm going for it right here.
One final try here for Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4th, and the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 96 yards. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Love throwing for it.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on third and long. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Airing one out for Crowder. And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked by Tracy Walker. And the Lions are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, you think about it, though, that interception, great for his stats, but bad for field position. It was fourth down.
Yeah, terrific observation. If there is going to be a silver lining, and this is what he'll plead when it comes time to watch it again, hey, it was just like a punt, right? So we end up taking possession of the ball. But you're exactly right about it. Should have slapped it down. Field position would be better for his offense. But how many times do you get a chance to make an interception that you turn it down? That's when your instinct kicks in and you take the football. In this case, a better decision would have been to knock the ball down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Henry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Here's Brett Kern now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And they'll get to this and down it inside the 25 at the 24-yard line. A little too amped up there, got to him before he had a chance to catch it.
Another example of players in tough spots getting the protection that they deserve. Got to make sure that he's able to catch the ball before you get to him.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Allen. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Allen. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Gotta have this one. Uncorks one for Davis. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Allen now looks to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
The Bills are running up for a 2-point conversion.
Here's Allen. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball on a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. He was close to flirting with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to letting it slip away.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On second down, here's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Here we go.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Chase Lucas. And the Bills come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians.